Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at the SuperLift Steering Stabilizer Kit featuring the dual shadow shocks available for your 2011 and newer four-wheel drive F-250 at home. Now you guys should be considering the SuperLift option if your truck has not been lifted and you're looking for, I would say, one of the most budget-friendly ways to get that smoothness back in your steering and help the truck just track straighter while on the road, even if you've upgraded the larger size tires. So right off the bat, I do want to stress again that this kit from SuperLift will only fit the 2011 and newer four-wheel drive Super Duties that have not been lifted in regards to your suspension. Now, if you have lifted your Super Duty, well, you will need a different kit, and SuperLift does offer a few different options here on the site designed specifically for your application and your lifted rig. Now, getting back to the kit again that we have here again, stock ride height rigs, and what this kit will do is basically replace your worn out factory single stabilizer with a dual unit loaded with some affordable shadow dampeners, and when installed, the kit and those dampers will add the smoothness back into your steering and driving experience while helping to prevent any shimmying, steering wheel kick, or that dreaded death wobble. Now, as an added bonus, I will say the twin stabilizer or twin shock stabilizer here definitely adds a little bit of something to your front end appearance. It's minor at the end of the day, but definitely adds a beefier look to the front of the truck. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit more about construction here from the US made kit, and honestly, for the price, you're looking at a very solid build. Now, the reason for the price is the shocks. The shadow shocks are SuperLift's entry-level offerings. They are gonna feature things like the heavy-duty steel bodies with the corrosion-resistant gray powder coat, and the shadows will also feature a chrome-plated steel shaft and nitrogen fill, just to keep things nice and controlled and steady no matter how rough the terrain. Now, getting a little bit deeper into those shadows, guys, the valving that has been specifically tailored for heavy duty truck use, of course, along with upgraded tires, of course. So if you do encounter some rough terrain with some bigger, heavier wheels and tires, it's certainly gonna help keep things in check at all times. Now, on top of that, guys, besides the actual dampers themselves, SuperLift does include all of the necessary brackets. CNC cut steel brackets, by the way, all powder coated black. Very, very heavy duty stuff, guys, and this is gonna be essential to get everything in place and keep things protected at the same time. Now, because this particular kit from SuperLift does use the more basic shadow shocks, it will round out the lower end of the price spectrum, coming in at or around the low $300 ballpark. By the way, that does make this one of the most affordable dual kits on the site for your non-lifted 250. Now, if you did want to step things up a little bit, guys, and you didn't mind spending a little bit more money at the end of the day, you can always check out SuperLift's other options that will swap out the shadows for the more performance-based Fox dampers, or there is even a kit with a dual Bilstein setup as well. But expect those kits to come in a few $100 more than the entry-level shadows that we have here today. Shifting gears, let's get into the installation, and the site is gonna call this one a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, taking you, I would say, at least an hour to complete from start to finish, maybe a little bit more depending on your expertise. But now we're gonna throw it out to the guys in the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you will need an impact, extension, 14 and 19 millimeter sockets, 14 millimeter swivel socket, and a 19 millimeter wrench. Also not shown here is a jack and jack stand. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a new steering stabilizer on our F-250, so let's get started. So for this kit, you are not required to remove your factory stabilizer cylinder. You can if you choose, but for all intended purposes, this kit is going in a separate spot, so you are not required to take that off, and for demonstration purposes, we're going to leave ours on. It provides extra dampening, but at the end of the day, that is your choice. So we're going to start things off by coming to our front differential here, and we're going to remove these two most inner bolts. So we're going to grab our 14 mil swivel socket and extension on our impact. Go ahead and pop those off. And these are going to have your axle tag on it, so you want to save that. Pop those two off, and we're going to save our axle tag. We're just going to set it aside. So now we're going to grab our main support bracket and our supplied bolt and flat washers. Go ahead and line this up on our differential here. We're going to install our new hardware right where our Differential bolts came out. Go ahead and get these started. So now we're going to grab our supplied U-bolt, and that's going to go around the back of our differential tube and straight through into our bracket. Then we're going to grab our supplied flange nuts. Go ahead, run those on. Now we're just going to leave everything hand tight for now. Next we're going to go ahead and get our upper mounting bracket in place over top of our tie rod here. Then we're going to grab our supplied elevator bolts and flange nuts. Go ahead and install our elevator bolt here on the bottom. And a flange nut. Hold that on. This is a little tricky for the first one. I gotta hold the bracket down and the bolt up. Go ahead and get that hand tight. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our other three. Next, we're going to come here to our outer tie rods and remove these U-bolts holding our wire retainer in place. So we'll grab our 13 mil socket on our impact and go ahead and pop these off. Find yourself struggling to get these off, you can go ahead and grab a flathead screwdriver. That'll give you a little bit more leverage. And once you have that one off, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Next, we can go ahead and get our lower tie rod brackets in place. So we'll go ahead and slide that in onto our tie rod, making sure this inside part is inside of the square boss area of our tie rod. We're gonna go ahead and get our U-bolt in place here, and we're gonna attach that using our supplied flange nuts. Go ahead and get these hand tight for now. So now for this upper mounting bracket, you may want to loosen your flange nuts back up a little bit to allow clearance. And this upper bracket is going to go in here over top of our tie rod and then slot into our lower bracket like so. And we'll go ahead and tighten these nuts back up to hold it in place. And we're going to go ahead and install our other U-bolt right over here. Be a bit of a tight fit at first. Go ahead and get our flange nuts on here. Again, we're going to leave these hand tight. Now once we have this done for this side, we can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we're ready to install our new stabilizers, and first we're going to have to install the provided sleeves for our bushings, and they simply just pop right in like so. So you want to do that for all 4 of your bushings, 2 for each stabilizer. Then we're going to go ahead and grab our provided hardware, which is our bolt, 2 flat washers, and a lock nut. And what we're going to do, go right here to our center mounting point, line that up first. Go ahead and install our washer, our lock nut on the bottom here. And we'll get our other mounting bolt ready. And we can go ahead and release our stabilizer. Go ahead and pull that into position. Line that up. Get that mounted on our outer mount here. Go ahead and install our other flat washer and our lock nut. And we're going to loosely have this one installed, and then we'll do the same thing for the other one. Then we can come back and tighten down all of our hardware. So now we can go ahead and tighten down our hardware for our stabilizers themselves. So we've got a 19mm wrench and 19mm socket on our impact. We'll start at the center, and then we'll tighten our outer ones. Now we can come back and tighten down all of our U-bolts, and we'll grab our 14 mil socket on our impact for that. Now you do want to alternate tightening these just so the pressure builds evenly on the tightening. Now we're going to come to our center support bracket here, and we're going to start by tightening down the 2 bolts on our differential. So we've got our 14 mil swivel socket and extension on our impact. We'll go ahead and tighten these down first. And we'll come to our U-bolt here and tighten these down. And then we're going to tighten down our elevator bolts with our flange nuts here at the back of our center support. These are kind of going to be hard to see. Now remember, you always want to refer to the manufacturer specific torque setting for all of your hardware. And once you have this done, you want to go ahead and give your wheel a couple turns, make sure your stabilizers aren't bottoming out and there's nothing interfering with your steering wheel, and you should be good to go. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Superlift dual steering stabilizer kit with Shadow Series steering stabilizers for your 11 to current 4-wheel drive F250 Super Duty. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything F250, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.